If you've ever struggled with ADD, mental illness, focus, just a cycle of self-sabotage, then this video is absolutely for you. And if you're a person who, I don't know, consider yourself educated in any of those fields and you're going to creep, well, it's an opportunity for you to learn, I guess. High achievement. I've never thought myself to be a high achiever. However, that's the irony of it. And then the clinical depression part is we can crash. So for a period of time, went years and I was high functioning, but I've achieved a lot of things that I never gave myself credit for. Okay, a massive crash, because it's like energy output. What's the help? What's the support? That changes a lot. Currently, right, I'm in a situation, this next part, and we feel, so goals, all right? So this next part I say, because I'm trying to work through many different layers to re-heal. So I'm in absolute therapy, and since the help failed, and right now I'm still waiting for that help to repair, and I do literally everything I possibly can to continuously try. So it's not like I'm, just wrote everything off. No, it's like I try again, something happens, and then there's another failure. So it's like, okay, I actually don't want to be proven right here. I'm waiting for somebody to prove me wrong and actually do their jobs. So that's why I say I can get a little bit sarcastic and angry, because it's true and it's frustrating. The faith component is that somebody someday will pull it together, but right now, that's why I called it a game, is educating the educated, because the failures of the educated has done so much damage. But I'm in recovery, and there's a blessing of that, and that's healing, dopamine, resetting a lot of things. Right now, so it's like you can do everything, you just can't do it all at once. So with the physical issues, the mental illness, etc., you can only do so many things. One of the next stages of the goals that I have is I have a learning disability that severely is impacted when I look at numbers. So I have been diagnosed ADD, ADHD, but also when you don't have help and support, you don't get the excuses. We still have to learn, okay, but that's really is, for people that don't recognize this, linked to trauma. We ADD out of things that we don't want to do, right? So we don't get to use that as an excuse either. There's different times. It's like, how can we okay, that's helping each other and we need things. But just to write it off is like, I can't do that. That doesn't work. And when you don't have the help and support to get you that base thing, well, it's like, okay, then don't get it together. Well, what will be the consequence? The consequence will be very severe if you don't learn to get it together. So for some reason, numbers have always been an issue for me. So it's why as I'm trying to heal, you recognize, right? I've always chosen, I guess, partners, and I've always been attracted to people that are very organized, very systematic, very structured, because I'm not those things. So however, if you have the opposite, where you don't work in well together, or don't have that respect, well, then it can fall out in different ways, and that's a whole different topic. But I find to set those goals for as I'm trying, so I have something that it's like, okay, I got to really try to dig down here, and I'm having some help with sorting this out, and it's like a, whatever you call it, like a course to look at things and get restructured. As soon as that comes up, that's the ADD part. And then ironically, the physical symptoms get worse. So then the fatigue gets worse, and then my back pain gets worse. These are things that are real symptoms I've had to recognize. However, I'm very aware of what it's linked to. So how do you push through it and still do something? Well, you can do everything, just not at once. So instead of in the self-sabotaging cycle that we put ourselves through, so that's what I'm saying, be aware of your own thoughts, because that actually causes an energy restriction on yourself too, when the thoughts in your head are so negative about yourself. So instead of like, I'm a loser, I'm a failure because I can't do this, or I'm sore now, and you have to recognize. So it's like, where can you give yourself credit? So for myself, all the things I'm working through, and that's the different layers I have to give myself credit for. It's like, stop. Wow, look at the achievements I've made. I've reset. So said, even though I'm in extreme pain, I had made a decision, and it's it would be day 20, right? I had made a decision for mental clarity to give up the cannabis. So even though it was prescribed by a doctor, even though I'm in extreme pain, the addiction to that, well, maybe if I have to clear that so that my head can be clear. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to focus. It's like one thing to another. It's like what you got to give and take to do something. Well, there's a win that it's been that long, even though that's a trigger. Another thing, I want to eat. Have a food addiction, because when it's ADD, what do I want to do? I want to go eat. Well, I'm having to reset the dopamine. So following the structure and the plan to heal myself, and then not self-sabotaging, on binge eating and then feeling sorry for myself. So these are things you have to stop and go, hold it. Look at all the things you've been through. That's what makes somebody a warrior. That's what success is, what we've been through, not the trophy of the thing, because those are the things that come and go. That's why you always have to do an assessment and come back to gratitude. So gratitude would be, right now, I'm tired. I don't feel well. Again, I know I have this. I try to set a goal. I'm wanting to ADD. I obviously just doing a video about it is an ADD, but it's like here, that's a document process. So this is my healing. And that's what I suggest to people too. It's like, that's why it's important. You got to know yourself, and then analyze, so that it's like calling yourself on your own BS to recognize that. So that's the programming and the things that I've developed to do, but I'm a student of my own programs. So the blessing, right? My next blessing is, right now, not feeling well, I'm going to rest a little bit, and then set a goal so I can rest. I'm going to do like a meditation, which is, what a gratitude to be able to be in that space to do that. Do that, recharge, and then watch one of the videos and do one of the things for this, because I have been avoiding it. I do not want to do it. And that would be a win for the day. That's the goal that I'm setting instead of, because what else do I want to do? Well, I want to go eat, or I want to spin out. No. So instead of doing all this, stop. I'm not okay. And I do this, I'm tired, reset. So these are the ways that I challenge myself, and I would suggest you start challenging yourself. So are you strong enough to call yourself on your own BS? Do you even see your own BS, or are you just continuously projecting blame? Because that'll never work, right? We all do it. I do it. Okay, what degree that we're doing it? And recognizing that. So again, I invite you to continue to watch. For whatever reason you're watching, if you're struggling, I'm sending you love. We are connected in soul. If you're not struggling and you're just watching these videos, then I suggest you start to do more. You're not doing enough and using your privilege, because obviously you're missing something. And then that'll lead you to the trivia, which leads to other things, because I do talk in code. I'll set this goal to say, okay, I'll rest, and then try to get enough energy to recharge to do this thing and look at the numbers. And I don't think I'll be able to do that. I still ADD out, but I'm like, okay, tomorrow, the whole day has to be focused on that then. But this is my real situation. What I said, I'm exceptional at faking, looking like I'm well. But it's, I spend more and more time really having to just rest and recharge. It's said you can put out videos and do things. It's very limited. That's the output to try to get, it's like my healing component to understand. It's quick for me to do. But it's also because it doesn't, so the physical and mental, like it takes a lot of energy, but not this. But it's like, this is where it's like, okay, like I'm not okay. So the concentration to get to something new, I don't think I'll be able to do today. So I have to like just pause and be forgiving to myself. So I said it's like, okay, maybe today I have to acknowledge, just because I'm suddenly just not good. Today is May 6th, 2020. And I finally made it. I hit rock bottom. It's nice to grow up with a loving mom and dad and brothers and sisters who care about you. It must be nice. I didn't have that. So this is the truth. These are the things that, like, I do these little talks and then I hope that, oh, yeah, like I'll post it, but maybe somebody will see it, maybe they won't. I don't know. I'm in this course and I realized, so I'm having this homework to do and I open it to do the homework and I just start crying and I'm like, you know what? I don't know what it is. It's like some things I'm like so good at and then other times I'm like, I can't take anymore. So I'm realizing I am massively feeling overwhelmed and stressed, so I don't like to admit it when I am, but now I'm seeing it. I've got my little heating pad thing that I'm needing desperately right now too, because my neck is in so much pain. I'm not used to sitting at a desk for so long, so that's changed a lot. Just the upkeep. It's been hard, but it's good. I can do this for sure, so we'll